New York Mets have hired Buck Showalter as their next manager, and he'll get a 3-year deal. The former 3-time AL Manager of the Year has 20 years of MLB experience under his belt and a reputation for building up teams. Doesn't have a lot of tangible success, especially in the playoffs. Exactly one playoff series win and no World Series appearances. But he now gets a team that has the highest payroll in the sport and a guy with a lot of success in terms of building will now have to cross the finish line in New York. All right, our world champion GM Jim Bowden jumping aboard. Look, Buck's a name. He's had a lot of success, especially building teams up. Hadn't had a lot of success crossing the finish line. What do you like best about this hire?
EK, I like the experience that Buck brings to the table. He managed 20 years, as you mentioned, 3 first-place finishes, 4 second-place finishes. This guy is as well prepared and organized as any manager that I've been around in my career. This is a guy that stays in touch with development and scouting as well as the major league team, communicates extremely well with the players as well as the front office. And there's not a lot of drama around Buck Showalter's teams. There is no doubt that he delegates authority to the coaching staff and he gets respect from the players. I think the most important thing is he's going to an organization that's had a lot of drama over the last few years, and they're trying to get rid of the drama. Buck's a guy that can get rid of that drama. Buck had the support of a lot of veteran players. You know, the Mets just signed free agent Max Scherzer to a 3-year deal. Max Scherzer endorsed Buck Showalter for this job. I think that helped. But at the end of the day, EK, owner Steve Cohen met with the 3 finalists. And although he was very impressed with Matt Quatraro, the bench coach in Tampa, and Joe Espada, the bench coach in Houston, he realized that he needed experience. And when he met with Buck Showalter, because of his 2 decades of experience managing, he really blew Steve Cohen away with his intelligence, the detail of the game, and brought some things to light that Steve Cohen had never even heard of or thought of before. So he blew him away in that process. Now, on the downside, EK, you know, you're talking about a manager that has been fired everywhere he's gone. He tends to go beyond the scope of managing, wants to be involved in everything, including how the towels are folded in the clubhouse. And if they're not folded right, well, someone's going to pay. But the fact that he always seems to want more power has been his downfall in the past. But I got to tell you, I don't think there's any doubt, EK, this was the right hire at the right time in the New York media market where he has a lot of experience. He managed the Yankees. He's done the media in New York, both the ESPN as well as the Yes Network. I don't think there's anyone more prepared for this particular team at this particular time with, yes, this particular owner.
All right, I understand the positives here. There's a lot of them. There's a lot to like. I would like it as a Met fan. But the concern, to flush out and to follow up on what you said, this is an old school guy in sort of a new school world where the front office and the analytics department calls down to the dugout and says, do this, do this, do this. I mean, if you go back to the movie Moneyball, you know, when it's Art House saying, the lineup card is mine, Billy. You know, you wonder, is there going to be any tension there? Is Buck going to be expected to follow orders from the front office, even if it's a decision he disagrees with? And do you think he will?
Yeah, I mean, look, first of all, Buck Showalter will embrace analytics because he always has embraced information. And the Orioles, when he last managed, did not have an advanced analytic department, did not provide him with that kind of information, so he didn't have to deal with what he's going to deal with the Mets. I can tell you that Billy Epler, when he was GM of the Angels, did not make out the lineup card, did not tell them who he had to play or put in the lineup, and I don't expect Billy Epler to do that with the Angels. Remember, this announcement came on Twitter directly from owner Steve Cohen. It didn't come from a press release with Billy Epler making the comments. It came from the owner. It's the owner's hire. Let's say it the way it is. And I think what you'll find is Buck will work very well with Billy Epler and Sandy Alderson, but he's going to make the calls. He's going to make out the lineup card. He's going to make the decisions. But he will embrace whatever information is brought forward from the front office. And if he's asked to do something, he will follow chain of command. He is that kind of guy. And he will work with you. Buck's a really good guy. I've known him for a couple of decades. I respect him. You know, one of the things that he's really special at is in-game eye analytics. He, along with Jim Leland, Alex Cora, are some of the few guys that see things on the baseball field that most people don't see. And when a pitcher starts to lose his stuff or a particular pitch, Buck will notice it and see it before most people will. So there's no written analytics or information going to a game that's going to see that. But Buck is really special. When you talk about running a game from innings 1 to 9, he is elite in that particular category and will be a big plus.
Well, he's going to get a chance to do it with a team that has an elite payroll, and it'll be interesting to see because there's a lot to like about the marriage now between Buck Showalter and the New York Mets. Jim, thank you very much. Always appreciate your thoughts and your information.
Thanks, EK.
Now look, here's the deal. Buck Showalter is respected. Buck Showalter has had incredible success building up teams. He has experience. He's a very good game manager. But Buck Showalter, in 20 years managing, has exactly one postseason win in terms of a series. He's won one postseason series. That ain't gonna fly now. You've been given the team with the highest payroll. You are going to be expected to win World Series as a member of the Mets, and it'll be fascinating to see if Buck can make that transformation to team builder to now building them into a champion.